in the whole of the world, there are 370 million indigenous peoples. The development process in the world today, in terms of modern development, against the backdrop of the process of globalization, is looked upon by many indigenous communities as a structured violence. Many provinces, many conferences have been interacting very closely with indigenous peoples. In Australia, they are known as Aborigines. In Canada, perhaps they are known as Aboriginals. In Latin American countries, they are known as indigenous peoples. In India, they are known as scheduled tribes or tribals or Adivasis. There is no clear definition by any of these countries or these conferences that I have mentioned, but United Nations Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues has tried to identify some of the characteristics of indigenous peoples. First of all, these people, indigenous peoples, should recognize and accept that they are indigenous. Secondly, they have a distinct identity in terms of their culture, social relationships. They are also known as less dominant than many other dominant societies, and as a result of which they are exploited, they are discriminated against. There is a definite tension at this point in history between tradition and modernity, between local and global. And when the Society of Jesus at this juncture is talking about universality, the indigenous peoples also ask, what does it mean for them? 15% of them are below poverty line. They are very, very poor. And therefore, this is a cause of concern, and the society has committed itself to work for the cause of these poor people who are deprived of their basic rights, their indigenous rights, and they are discriminated against. All these, I'm not talking about decades, over the centuries. High time the society spells out its commitment or redefines its commitment to the indigenous populations.